Hello, Internet, and welcome to our podcast. Our main goal of today's podcast is to figure out a name. So I'm going to go around the table and introduce everyone. I'm Zach. Hi. This is Amelia.
How's it going? I also go by Emmy.
And this is Dylan.
Hello.
So we're just three guys in a basement, and we are funny, and we have lots of cool ideas.
Sometimes. We're sometimes funny, and we sometimes have good ideas.
People laugh at us.
People laugh with us, I like to believe.
I think it's a bit of both.
Maybe.
But yeah.
We hope it is.
So as of right now, our podcast is unnamed, so hopefully by the end of this hour, we will figure out a name.
Okay, I know our goal is to find a name for this podcast, but can our secondary goal be make it less cringy of an opening?
Yeah, that was a pretty cool
It wasn't that bad. I think you're just hard on yourself.
No, I think right now it's a bit of a cringe cast, but that's good because I mean
Cringe cast?
No.
We could call it cringe cast.
We could call it the cringe cast.
I'm just gonna write down like
whatever
all the
names
stuff
you come up with.
Yeah, so cringe cast.
Zach's our scribe for the day.
Yeah, I have my clipboard in front of me, with fresh sheets of loose leaf.
You can always write really
you
close to
haven't
the
used
mic
a good
and make it
pen
asthma.
Ooh, no. We are not making an ASMR podcast.
Oh my god, yeah.
I really hope we don't.
The whole idea of ASMR is...
Imagine if we accidentally became like huge famous ASMR
ASMR.
people. People just
Oh
like
my
love
God.
listening to her voice.
Zach, you and I specifically are way too loud for anyone
It
to
is
think of us
completely-
as asthma.
You need to speak
Quietly
very soft and very close to the microphone. Yeah, no, we're just gonna cringe the whole audience.
We are gonna cringe.
I got a funny feeling this might end up being a cringe cast. So, Emilio had a question. He wanted to know how we drink our coffee. So, how do you drink
yeah.
your coffee?
Black.
Same. I drink my coffee black. What about you, Dylan? I bet you
Sugar.
put milk and sugar in
Milk
that
and
shit,
sugar,
don't you?
Milk and sugar, how many?
Milk, one sugar.
One milk
only
and one
from Tim
sugar.
Hortons. And only when I'm really fucking tired.
I don't like Tim Hortons. I think Tim Hortons tastes
It's pretty
like...
bad, yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually very overrated.
Okay, so obviously right off the bat...
But they brand on themselves so well that it doesn't matter what the coffee tastes like. They did it at Dark Roast, actually. Dark Roast isn't bad, but like their whole brand is based off of the regular, like the regular Tim Hortons coffee, and it's actually not that good at all. It's very cheap. It's very cheap coffee beans, and like
It's just part of our culture.
It's literally they brand themselves so well.
You can't go anywhere without running into a Tim.
Literally,
and
and they brand themselves so well that it doesn't matter. It's just if you're Canadian, the thing is to go on a Timmy's run and get yourself a large double for the boys.
This is not sponsored by Tim Hortons.
It is not sponsored.
Well,
by
we
Tim
started by
Hortons.
bashing Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
Tim Hortons don't shut us down.
And
The other thing is too, it's fucking cold here. Like
It is.
it's also
Everyone
just
wants-
a hot drink to hold on to and warm your body up.
Yeah, we
It
have
is,
like
yeah.
2 seasons here in Newfoundland. We have winter and construction season.
I like how you know that joke. Where'd you hear that from?
From my old man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Dennis makes that joke all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
About like Canada being cold?
Yeah, literally.
But like Newfoundland's even colder than like the rest of Canada.
and construction.
Not compared to all of.
And
Oh no, I suppose
even-
it's a different kind of cold.
The
here.
winter and construction thing is even more so in like bigger cities like Toronto and like Montreal and shit, because literally all that's going on there, like these cities are already pretty big, but they want them to be bigger. So like literally all that's going on there is construction. Like when I was driving around in Montreal and like just walking around, every fucking intersection there's like pylons and like a big ass hole in the ground and construction
Try
everywhere.
going to Kitchener Waterloo, man. Half the roads are supposed to be 2 ways. They're all one ways. It's just a series of one ways.
Oh yeah, you were in Ontario like
Oh,
not too long ago. How was that?
Yeah, how was your trip? Tell us about your trip.
My trip was absolutely fantastic. If everyone ever
Really
tells
forgot
you
you were
not
there.
to go and hang out with a bunch of people you've never met and live in their house for 2 weeks, don't listen to them because it's almost always a good idea.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. When you spend that much time online with people, like just talking to them, similar to what we're doing now, when you hang out with them in real life, no different. Same thing, except you can interact with them. You can just...
You completely met him.
Oh, it's perfect. And everyone was exactly the same. I was very happy to see that their personas online, exactly who they are.
So you didn't meet these people before
Yeah,
you...
because some people aren't like that.
Oh, wow, I didn't know
Some
that.
people aren't like the person they are online. Like, I guess if you talk to them a lot and you talk to them every day, then obviously they're going to be themselves. But, like, there's a lot of people who do have personas online where, say, if you talk to them, like, 2 hours a week or 3 hours a week, I don't know, maybe you're playing video games or maybe you're just talking over Skype or something.
Yeah.
But they could have a persona.
They're more exaggerated than
Yeah, but if you're talking to them like every day or every other day, and like you're actually like, I don't know, you have them on social media and you're actually incorporated with their life.
These guys that I was talking to, like I would consider like at least one of them my best friend. Like he like
exactly.
I mean,
I was your best friend.
You are my best friend, but like.
I don't believe in best friends. I just believe in inner circles. And you guys are part of my inner circle.
That's a good way to look at it.
It is. I don't normally believe in best friends, but Zach has proved himself.
Well, like, to me, a best friend is someone that will, like, do anything for you. Like, they'll be lying in bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, and they'll come pick you up when you're loaded and you want to go sleep in your bed, like Dylan did for me last night.
Or they'll be trying to get laid, and when you call them at 3 o'clock in the morning screaming because you broke your elbow trying to impress a girl, they'll come to the hospital with you.
Yeah.
Or they'll, pick you up downtown with a broken arm and then drive you back home. Then drive out to the hospital with a broken arm as well.
I can't believe you did that.
Like,
you were wearing that shirt.
For the people that don't know, this is what happened. This is from my point of view. This is from Emilio's point of view. Basically, what happened was I went out drinking with my buddy Shane downtown on George Street, and George a street full of bars in Newfoundland. It has the closest bars per square inch. Yeah, everybody knows about George Street anyway. You guys should know. If not, Google it. You'll find it. So I went there drinking, and my friend took me out, and he just started buying me doubles all night. So we were drinking Grey Goose, double vodka, cranberries, and he's a bigger guy than me, so he would polish them off so fast, and we were just going from bar to bar, and there's a lot of bars on the street. So within like an hour, I knew I was going to be fucking loaded, like absolutely intoxicated, so I texted Dylan.
My boy.
To DD for me because I was like, I don't know if I actually texted you. I was like, dude, I'm probably going to be really drunk. I said something along the lines of that, didn't I?
You said, I need to run. My phone is going to die. Meet at Subway at 3.
Okay, that's what I said. He ended up being there earlier than 3 though. But...
No, 2. So, it was 2.
It was 2, okay, yeah, it was 2. Because I knew I was going to be... I didn't know if I indicated that I was going to be super drunk, but I knew I was going to be way too drunk to operate, so I wanted to make sure that I was getting home and I wasn't just going to be on the street, because I live around 20-25 minutes away from George Street.
And we don't have Ubers. It's not like
we don't have Uber here.
We have to get like a $100 taxi.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Not sponsored by Uber.
But anyway, so I don't really remember a whole lot of that night, but I remember being... Well, I used to work at one of the bars on the street. It's called Dusk, and one of my bouncer friends there saw me getting carried down the street by like 2 or 3 dudes, and apparently after they were done carrying me, they carried me to like the end of the street, and then I was like good to walk. Barely good to walk, not good to walk. Sorry, I was stumbling to Dylan's car, and then Dylan. This is
no. Let me tell this part about me.
Yeah, because this is the part where I don't even remember anything really.
Now I gotta recap from what I was doing before this. So I got off work, and this is where I met my sweetheart. She was outside of my work, hanging out, chilling. We went for a drive. I go to a park, and I decide to jump around like a monkey child idiot. And I slam into the side of a concrete barricade, and me being the big, strong, tough guy that I am, I break my elbow. And I pretend I don't break my elbow for several hours.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. I knew it was broken the second I broke it, but I was like, nope, we're gonna keep hanging out. I'm not gonna tell her it's broken because she might fail. So, fuck that. So we drove...
me.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
we drove around for like 2 hours. I dropped her off, and I was like, man, my elbow is very broken. And she was like, you gotta go to the hospital. I was like, no, I gotta pick up my buddy downtown. And she was like, what? I was like, yeah, I gotta pick up my buddy. Like, I have no way to contact him. He is going to be downtown. Like, dude, I'm really glad I just did pick you up, because by the time I got downtown, I was walking downtown with a very broken elbow, and I was in a lot of pain. I saw Zach Dawson. Don't look him up. And I grabbed him by the collar, and I was like, where's Emilio? I was like in his face. I was like, where is he? Like, I need to find him. Like, I have a broken arm. I need to go now. And I randomly found you leaned up against the corner of the subway. And
really?
Yeah, you tried to look at me, and you couldn't even even look at me. Like, your gaze was just like you walked towards me, and both of your arms went out, like just double chicken wing, just like stumbling. And as soon as I saw you, I asked her. I was like, "Man, you good to come to the hospital with me? Because like I gotta go to the hospital." You're like, "Yes, man, that's kind." And I was like, I was like, I don't think I can. I don't think I can bring you because they'll look at you before they look at me. They were like, this guy is on something fucked up.
Oh.
You were more fucked up than I've ever seen anybody in my life.
Are you serious?
I've never seen somebody
I've
more
been
wrecked.
like that so many times. Within the last year of my life, I've been in that condition so many times. And I hate it. I hate the fact that
I have like pretty good self control when I'm drinking, so like I don't get like chicken armed falling around. So no, get to the point where you bring him home and tell him what happened as soon as you got home.
Well, driving home, first of all, he goes, "Did you actually break your arm?" About 5 or 6 times. 5 or 6 times. He says, and every time I say, yes, my arm is very much broken. And every time I say it a lot louder, a lot angrier, because my arm is in a lot of fucking pain.
And there's a few times I went over to like try to touch your elbow or something like that, wasn't there?
Well, there was definitely the point where you were like, you gotta pull over, I'm gonna puke. And I was like, yeah, we're pulling over. You pull over and you're like, I can't puke. And you're like, where are we? And I'm like, we're almost at your house. We're like 2 minutes away from your house. And you're like, am I downtown? No, you're not downtown. You're almost home. You're like, I gotta puke. And I was like, then puke. I can't puke. Then get it back in the car. I'll drive your ass home. You'll be home in 2 minutes.
I don't think I went to sleep that night. I don't think I could.
Dude, the second you got out of my car, you puked like a fountain. It was beautiful.
Okay, and this is where the story cuts into my part. So I was also downtown.
Oh, yeah, you're part of the story.
Yeah, I'm a part of the story too.
It was a good night.
This is a great story.
I was downtown. I was at a party at my friend's house, and we went to go get vegan tacos. And the vegan tacos downtown at Pollo. Pollo, like if you want to sponsor us, that's fine. We will not say anything bad about you. You're delicious.
Great 3 a.m. treat.
Great 3 a.m. treat. So either way, I'm outside. I'm with one of my buddies. I'm texting this girl. I was gonna go to another party to meet up with her. And I get a phone call. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. It's from Dylan. I look at my phone. I was like, what, bless you. So I pick up my phone. All I hear is, Zach, I broke my arm. You gotta come to the hospital with me. I don't want to go by myself, man. So I'm like, yeah, okay. Come pick me up downtown. We're going to go to the hospital. So Dylan drives then from our town back to St. John's. Picks me up, drives... No, I got in a cab.
You got a cab.
I got a cab to the hospital.
The second I said I had a broken arm, you said, I'm going to the hospital right now. You're not driving. I'm calling you an ambulance. And I had to convince you for 15 minutes not to call me an ambulance.
Yeah, because I was like, how are you going to drive with a broken arm? He's like, I got one arm. So then, yeah, I get a cab to the hospital, and I'm waiting there. And then Dylan shows up and parks his car and comes in. And
I love breaking bones.
I was waiting there with you for probably like 3 hours. Like I went in, it was dark out. I came back out, and you still hadn't been seen by a doctor. You went in like
you left like
got
6.
an X-ray. I left like 6 o'clock in the morning. It was like probably 10 before you got home.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that was like one of the highlights of this summer. And it just so happened that all 3 of us were involved in this story.
That was 2 months ago, right?
I don't know.
Something. It was before you went to Ontario.
No, it was.
Was I working at dusk at that point?
Yep.
It was July.
Yeah, it was. But it was...
5th?
I think it was one of the nights, because I swore off drinking for like 4 months. And I think that was like the second day I was back drinking or something like that. It was something stupid like that.
July 14th.
July 14th.
That's when it was.
Oh. Literally that day?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Because that's the first day I hung out with Rory, and that's the day we used as our anniversary.
Ooh.
Anniversary. Isn't that supposed to be for marriage?
So that was literally your first day hanging out with her?
Yeah.
That's
I
insane.
ever hung out with her. Broke my elbow.
We're part of that.
Yeah.
If you ever want to impress a girl, break your elbow. That's how you do it.
I can't break bones. I've tried. Doesn't work. I've never broken a bone before, and I've been in situations. Could maybe just have an adamantium alloy skeleton, and I don't even know.
Rings are cool.
Rings are cool. I'm wearing 2 rings. How many rings do you have? I'm wearing 3 rings, and I can't count.
I have 1, but I don't have it on me right now. I got it at Michael's Jewelry for like... It was like a $200 ring, and I got it for like $40.
Nice.
That's so dope, yeah.
Yeah, I'm into...
Please.
I'm into jewelry. Jewelry's cool.
We're not fishing for sponsors, though.
No.
Well, I mean, we're not
joking,
fishing for sponsors. Huge air quotes here. Like, if someone wants to sponsor us, I mean,
eventually,
I'll take a sponsorship. We'll plug some products. I mean, that's what you do in podcasts.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely plug some products.
Hi, welcome to the Michael's Jewelry Podcast.
Red Bull is nice.
Red Bull is also
I
good.
like drinking you.
I'd take
Not sponsored by Red Bull. Disclaimer. We should just call the podcast the Disclaimer Podcast.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh yeah, that was the goal of the podcast.
Yeah.
Disclaimer podcast. What's
So-
the other one you have down there? Cringe cast.
Cringe cast. It's probably
God.
gonna end up as the cringe cast. Like I can see the comment section right now is just gonna be like.
I feel like
I don't know. Anyone who gets past like 4 minutes is gonna be this guy. But
yeah.
First 4 minutes is kind of like,
Yeah, but it was literally the first podcast we've ever recorded. So
That's
like,
true.
This is still currently the first podcast we ever recorded, but I don't know. I
Something
think people,
changes in your brain when you hit the record button too.
Mhm.
It's like you gotta get used to it. You gotta
do gotta
get
get
you gotta
used
get
to it,
comfy.
It's
I don't like
it's stage fright in a sense. I kind of want another
where the
coffee.
stage is
Is it
the internet.
okay?
Yeah, you can have another coffee. If you
I
guys
wanna
hear like
coffee dry you.
pouring in the background, that is
I think that's nice.
My
I think it's
Keurig machine.
ambience.
This is where the
Ambiance.
ASMR kicks in again.
Yeah, we should put the mic right close to the Keurig. Make some Keurig ASMR.
where
Not
do I
sponsored by
grab-
Keurig.
Where do I grab your coffee?
From the coffee.
It's Folgers, right?
Over. Yeah, the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Is that their actual slogan?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
Oh, wow, this
god.
one's broke. Alright, here you go. I feel like we're gonna have to like say disclaimer so many times on this podcast.
That's what's the disclaimer podcast.
Yeah, but you know what? People
Potentially.
understand that it's a joke. So like, unless the actual corporation watches us, which I doubt it. They
But
will.
here's the thing: like you can get away with anything on the internet.
That's not true.
Look what Filthy Frank does.
Yeah, but Filthy Frank
Dude.
has like.
You guys know,
Okay, yeah, let's take a moment to talk about Filthy Frank.
I don't know who he is.
You don't know who? Okay, pull up a picture of
I-
Filthy Frank in his onesie.
Yeah.
So Filthy Frank is this like super cringy YouTuber that just does the most cringy.
Is he similar? Do you know who iDubbbz is?
Like iDubbbz basically ripped off
Filthy Frank.
Filthy Frank, and please don't make a diss track about his iDubbbz. Oh no, wait, no, that's not iDubbbz. That's that. What is his name? Rice
Okay,
Gum.
I know who he is.
Rice
Oh,
Gum
he
is
has
the
that
guy.
meme. Oh
Yeah.
my god, Jesus.
Filthy Frank. Yeah, Filthy Frank is a unique individual. But you know what I mean? Like, he can... It's all about the way you... If people expect you to be ridiculous, then people, people will pander you that way.
Are we expected to be ridiculous on this podcast?
No,
No,
we're
no,
expected to have a lot of disclaimers.
Yeah, a lot of disclaimers and a lot of opinions. It's basically just like one giant opinion piece.
Yeah.
We should just write a big disclaimer. It's like everything in this podcast is not.
Can we write an opener and that's what it is? Like,
Yeah.
that's our intro to the podcast? Like, anything that we
Unsponsored
reference.
podcast.
the unsponsored cast. But then what if we get sponsorships? We'll have to change the name to the sponsored podcast.
We'll just change the name of whatever it is.
Yeah. We'll figure it out eventually. It's not important. It is
not
important,
till the end of the podcast.
but not until the end of this podcast.
Yeah, shout out to Filthy Frank. If you want to collab, Filthy
If you
Frank,
wanna
we would
collab.
love to have you on as a guest.
Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, you can fly
I'd rather
yourself-
be...
You can fly yourself out to the Rock to record a podcast with.
Yeah, with 3 white dudes in a basement.
Yep.
Would you rather have him on our show or be on his show? Have you seen what he does on his show?
Yeah, I'd rather have him on our. Okay, would you rather? Let's have a little game of would you rather.
Write that down.
Yeah.
Recurring
Would you
theme.
rather?
Yeah. And like,
Some large, so hopefully it doesn't overflow.
oh, it's probably gonna overflow.
You think so?
Okay, would you rather coffee or tea?
Tea.
Starting at very.
Tea every day.
See, I'm coffee.
And I'll drink 3 cups of tea a day, at least.
Did it overflow?
Did not.
Just about.
Overflow podcast.
Overflow podcast.
Not even overflow podcast, just overflow.
Overflow.
I actually kind of like that. It has a nice ring to it.
We should just drink a lot of coffee every time we podcast.
Well,
is podcast a verb?
Caffeine is just a concentration inhibitor. So
Anything's a verb if you use it as a verb. Sideways.
Sideways, yeah.
we got sideways
Man, we got to
table.
sideways the table.
sideways podcast.
Sideways podcast.
I don't know. There's like names that are good with like podcasts. So like I don't know like
What's the thing? Are we gonna...
ZED podcast sounds good with the pod name. Like ZED does not sound good. Like just ZED.
Yeah.
But yeah, the podcast in there
I don't
sounds
like
good.
Zed.
But then I know I'm just using it as an example.
No,
but then you
I
have
don't
like
like the
words
way you
like
pronounce
sideways
Zed.
and
Zed.
overflow. They sound good as a singular term. So like overflow podcast doesn't sound as good as just overflow.
Yeah.
Here's the
Like
question.
overflow sounds like a network rather than
Are we gonna do other stuff other than podcasts?
like remember the Facebook. Like
Yeah.
in that movie, like that was like the best thing. The one of the dudes ever
But
did. Like
here's
the
the thing, if
biggest
we're-
contribution.
if we're
in
only
that.
gonna do podcasts, I think our name should be something podcast.
well together, we're only gonna do podcasts.
Exactly.
But we're all gonna like do our
Separate-
own thing.
Exactly, but like you said, this is gonna be our trio thing.
Yes, exactly. So once a week,
The trio
we
boys
all
on the
meet.
Rock podcast.
We all meet.
we're making big promises there. Like once a week. Once a week. We're going to try for. That's our goal. We're going to aim for that.
We can do it. If we really want to.
See, the thing about this is
if we can all communicate a little better instead of you be and I'm pointing at Emilio here. Emilio being like, get it Dylan, and Dylan being like, get it Emilio, and I'm just like this intermediary trying to get everyone to go.
Facebook group chat.
No, yeah,
Snapchat group chat. We need a Snapchat or a Facebook group chat.
I don't have Messenger installed on my phone because I don't.
We can
install Messenger on your phone.
Yeah.
Can I install Messenger without having the Facebook app on my phone?
I don't have the Facebook app on my phone. Okay. I don't use Facebook.
I hate, dude. Every time
Facebook.
I go on Facebook like once a week to look at my notifications, and every time I go on Facebook, I scroll through my feed for 20 minutes and look at pointless cat memes. And like other stuff.
Yeah, if you want cat memes, you can just Google cat memes.
And like, oh my god, there's like, I don't know, I kind of need to clean up. Like, if I've been thinking about doing this for a while, and it's just like the whole thing with like a lot of social media, especially with Facebook. Whereas like Facebook is the only social media where like I'm not saying this in a negative way. I'm just saying that it's not productive for me.
Or anyone. Facebook isn't productive.
Facebook.
Unless you're promoting
yourself. You're selling stuff.
Unless you're promoting yourself, it's not productive.
There's a lot of
selling stuff.
The old generations are using Facebook to contact family, so they end up sharing like these videos that are just like not like, you know what I mean. So you have family on Facebook, and they'll be sharing like I don't know, like a
foolishness.
Yeah, literally foolishness. Like this funny cat videos. Like I have no interest in watching that stuff because I believe like
there's three types of people who use Facebook. There's the people who post way too much and
share way too much.
Nobody fucking cares.
Yep.
There's people who are only there to prevent or create an image for themselves to for other people to watch. And there's the people who just go on there to lurk and have nothing better to do.
Yep. If you weren't going to talk about the creeping on Facebook and the lurkers, I was going to bring it up. But like, yeah, that's basically your three types of people.
And then there's the people who there's people like Lily who promote themselves in a good way and use the platform to their advantage and use it for structured purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's
that's the good thing about social media these days is like I talk about this a lot, and it's great. Like more and more millennials are starting to realize that every type of social media. Podcast. So like that's actually like that. That's
I mean, we're all millennials.
I'll write that down. If that's not a retaking. No, that's good. That's good. But anyway, like the reasoning behind shit, I lost my train of thought. Social media is like such a great tool to
keep it connected.
Not only keeping connected with like friends and family or whatever, but like it's good for doing something with like if you want to make a personality, or if you want people to just not even make a personality, if you want people to just because like you don't need a personality to be big on like before.
Yes, you do. People don't watch things for content. People watch things for personalities.
People watch things, but in a way, but it's more content because it's not like I don't mean content in the way like
people won't watch us for content.
No, people won't. People will watch us just because we're just talking on a podcast and we're interested.
I mean, we might what we're doing one day.
Content.
But like you can make a living on social media so easy. Like if you want, like I love it. I love 2017 because it's not easy. It's easy if you keep up with it, right? Like once a day, say you want to vlog. The number one thing to starting a vlog or like any successful social media platform is
to be traditionally attractive.
Yes. Not even. And consistency.
Dude, consistency is big too.
Be consistent and attractive.
Yeah.
Well, there's different ways of building your brand, right? Because you can build a brand without even being noticed. You can build a brand by just having a voice and talking into a microphone.
This is true.
So, attractiveness helps, but it's just so does having a good radio voice.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different niches that you could do to create yourself a way. Like if you have a talent, you can use that talent, and like if you're attractive, you can just use that. It doesn't really matter. But all that matters, like if you want to make a fucking vlog about cats, you can make $80,000 a year doing that.
Yeah, but then your target audience goes down a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, you gotta build.
What I'm saying is, you got to build it up. Eventually, like if you just keep at it, like within a year, you can have some serious results.
Mm-hmm.
And the number one important thing to doing this is there's so many people that talk about, yeah, exactly. And there's so many people that talk about like, oh, you know what I mean, like especially within like the 40-year-olds. The 40-year-olds think that they're done. Like their life is like they're just gonna keep their regular job that they have now, and they're gonna keep like they've been doing it for 10 years, and they don't want to start over. They're so scared to start over or start something new because they're so comfortable with where they are right now. And
you might be
they
one of
might-
those 40-year-olds yet.
I might be, but I don't think I am.
Nobody thinks they're gonna get to that.
Nobody thinks they're gonna make it to 40.
Yeah. nobody,
Yes.
nobody plans to be 40.
No. You don't wake up one day and be like,
I'm 21. Okay,
I gotta
guys,
think
leave it
about when
alone.
I'm 40.
Although some people do it, they're probably really successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my point is like,
You gotta get to your point.
I'm.
He's
It's a
built-
big point.
We
man.
like
it is a big
long
point.
build-ups and disappointing drops.
Oh, that is such a funny
We like
video, man. I've watched
long
that so many
build-ups
times.
and disappointing drops.
But like, yeah, like for example, like a 40-year-old, and I'm not like picking on 40-year-olds or anything like that.
Yeah, you
if
are.
you're successful, then great for
40-year-olds
you.
suck.
But like, there's a lot of people that are over 40, even like 6-year-olds that are just like content with what content in a way with what they have. They like say they're like a single dad or something like that, and they want to start a vlog, and they talk to their friends about wanting to start a vlog or like a gaming, like they want to start streaming on Twitch or something like that, and they just don't think they can. They like use the excuse that they don't have time to do that, but yet they'll watch like House of Cards like for like 2 hours a night.
yeah, it's
You
like
know
I
what
don't
mean?
have the time, but
It's
I'm gonna
like,
waste my
you
time
do have the
watching
time.
Netflix.
It's just that the number one rule, and this is the point I was getting to. The number one rule to doing anything, this is for any age. If you're fucking 16 and you want to do something, the number one rule to anything is to just start it. Because yeah, make
time.
Yeah, but after you start, the number one rule to doing anything in life is to start. If you want to be a professional football player, the number one rule is you got to start playing football in order to be a professional football
That's
player.
true. You're not going to be a professional football player if you don't play football.
And the thing
That's
is, like, you might going into it, you might not think you're gonna be famous. Like, it's, for example, if you do want to be a Twitch streamer, if you do want to be a gamer, say you want to be a professional gamer, that's your fucking goal. You want to be good at League of Legends or something like that.
You got to play League of Legends.
You gotta fucking play League of Legends.
It's the number one thing. You gotta play
is.
League of Legends.
And side point to go on with that, once you start, like, you're gonna get better and better as it goes on, right? And you're gonna be like, oh, hopefully, but
if not, maybe you should pick something else that you want to do.
Exactly. But like, if you're really into it and it's truly a passion, you're gonna get better over time and better over time quickly, because it's just. I lost my train of thought.
You gotta get to your point. You gotta get to your point.
I already got to my point.
What is your point?
My point
His
is that
point
you
is
gotta
the
start.
number one rule is you gotta
fucking
start.
You gotta do
You gotta start
And
at
then
the
after
beginning.
you start, consistency is the most important thing. So
And
like,
then tertiarily,
there's
you gotta be
a
attractive.
vlogger on YouTube who started. All he did was make. I don't even know if it was vlogs, but it was like clips of himself playing ping pong for a year. Every day he played ping pong, 8 hours a fucking day. This guy, I think he was like 20 something. He played. He didn't have any experience in ping pong. 8 hours a day for a whole year. He played ping pong
By himself?
by himself.
Yeah, you
with
put
other people. He would
you
rally.
put
He
your
would get.
table up
against
against
the
the
wall.
wall.
Yeah,
He did that, or he'd have people playing as well, practicing with them. But you can't practice with somebody else 8 hours a day. That's fucking impossible unless you hire.
Unless you
somebody.
have two people that
But
really
anyway,
get good at ping pong.
Yeah, but it was only him, and for a whole year, this guy did this. By the end of it, I think it was 8 months into it. Actually, 8 months into it,
He's probably good
he was a salaried player after 8 months.
Yeah.
8 hours. So like,
commitment.
that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah.
And there's this
after,
whole idea.
After you start, it's about consistency, and it's not only about that, it's about being organized. So you don't want to just like start something and then just be like us, for example. Like, we had this podcast idea for a while, and now we're actually doing it.
Yeah.
So now that we're actually doing it, we're gonna develop more ideas.
And after 10,000 hours of doing anything, you become a master. So after episode 10,000 of this podcast,
Christ.
we are going to be master podcasters. Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
that's a
I
lot
like
of
that.
hours.
Master podcaster.
Mastercast.
Mastercast. Writing it down.
that is the main goal.
And I'm writing it down on paper using a pencil.
Dylan, why don't you have a backwards hat?
Yeah. There's your backwards hat, Dylan.
I thought it was just tank tops. I didn't know we were doing backwards hats too. I can get one. I got one in my car.
I mean...
Yeah, we're all wearing tank
that part
tops.
of the
If you
aesthetic?
guys can't see us, we're all wearing
Yeah,
tank
it
tops.
doesn't-
And me and Zach have backwards hats on.
and beards.
And beards, Dylan.
Why don't you grow a beard, Dylan?
Shut up! I'll grow a beard one day.
That's not a backwards hat.
Sure it is. Just pretend it's backwards.
All right, nice backwards hat, man.
Thanks, man.
Um,
I'm wearing a toque.
so let's talk about underage people drinking at bars.
Underage drinking in general.
Underage drinking.
Okay, underage drinking is a thing because alcohol is such a, like, undangerous thing. It's considered an undangerous.
No. Listen,
let me get to my point. Let me get to my point. Let me get to my point.
6 hours to get to a point.
I don't take 6 hours to get to a point. It's considered an undangerous thing.
6 hour podcast.
Because it's been in our society for so long. Humans have been drinking alcohol for so long that...
Yeah, but I don't think people actually consider it undangerous.
No, people consider...
Look at all the accidents that
compared to the other things, people think
driving.
alcohol is less dangerous than a lot of other things. But in reality, alcohol is very dangerous. Alcohol is one of the only drugs that... If you're an alcoholic and you go cold turkey, you will die.
I don't think people think
you will fucking die.
Alcohol's less dangerous than other things, though. I think people are pretty... on board with the
a lot of people think it is like that.
It's
actually.
more socially acceptable. They don't think it's less dangerous.
Yeah, and I think that's why you're trying to get at. Like, it is hugely socially acceptable, but I mean, you even got all those organizations, you know, like Mad and Sad, all promoting the dangers of alcohol, and there's none of that for like heroin, or there might be, and I just don't know.
Yeah,
about
but
it.
that's just that's because it's being promoted because it's socially acceptable. So, in a sense, like you can. Advertise more about it just because everybody is doing it. Almost everybody's
smoking in the 60s.
It
yeah,
is.
do you want cigarettes with that?
But
are you stupid? Of course I want cigarettes.
Alcohol
with
is
that.
just as big back. Alcohol has been insanely huge for probably over. I'm not completely sure with the the actual time frame we've been using alcohol, but it's been a long years we've been.
More than 1,000 years. Oh my God,
That's
Romans.
what I'm saying.
The
really don't
Romans
know.
were drinking, and
Wine,
that was
yeah. They drank wine.
BC. Yeah, they drank wine. I think one day, like a Neanderthal.
Neanderthal.
Well, that's the right way to say it. Either way, he's seen like a fermented apple, and he didn't know it was bad, and he put it in his mouth. He got loaded, and then he went down looking for more fermented apples.
Yeah.
That's probably how it happened.
Underage drinking.
But my point with that is like
underage drinking in bars is scary for a couple of reasons. One, the liability for the bar is like shot when they let people in that are drinking.
Yeah, they can usually lose their liquor license, and everything happens to that underage.
Yeah,
and they're considered they take liability for that.
The most dangerous thing about underage drinking is one, not knowing how to handle your liquor, not knowing the effects that's going to happen.
Yep.
And two, the fucking greasy, sleazy people that are down there.
Yeah.
Okay. That come with the culture.
I used to work at a bar as a bouncer, and I've encountered many underagers in.
How many fake IDs have you turned down?
Over probably close to 100.
How many fake IDs have you let in?
Ooh, that's a better question. Yeah. And what was the basis that you made the decision?
How do you decide?
How do you decide which fake IDs?
General attractiveness. I'm willing to bet. Look at that.
Okay.
And people say life isn't easier for beautiful people.
Right. You've got it pretty easy.
There's a few things. Okay. It's kind of hard to tell with some IDs that if they're 100% fake, and you don't want to like turn an ID down where somebody who actually looks like, say somebody looks 23. You're IDing them because they look under 25, but their ID looks like maybe they have an Alberta ID or something like that. And it's hard to tell if they're actually from Alberta or if it's an actual Alberta ID. There's a few things, like there's like numbers that you can actually feel on the Alberta card.
Oh, really?
So you can actually feel the ID number on the Alberta card, and usually that's the number one sign. So if you don't, like, if I can't feel that, then I'll instantly turn it down.
And a lot of the times too, like people will use an ID that's just someone else's that looks like them, and then it's still a real ID.
Yeah, but 90% of the time, that like unless you're twin, like it's for me anyway. It's super easy to pick out faces. Like I'll instantly be able to tell. Like number one thing I look at for like an ID is I'll look at the year obviously, and then I look at their face, and then I look at the ID's face, and I'm not looking for like. I'm not just looking at the whole face in general. I'm looking for traits. So I'm looking at their eye color, I'm looking at their nose shape, and then I look at their chin shape.
A good thing, too, is ask questions. Because I remember when I was using a fake ID when I was underage, a lot of the times people would ask me, like, what's your birthday? Or what's your star sign? Because they fucking have it associated in their brains. Like, whatever. The ID I was using was my brother's. And he was born in May 11th. So I think that makes him a Taurus. Either way, I had to remember all of this stuff for when I got questioned.
Zach is really good at breaking the law.
I'm not going to be as good breaking the law if you tell everyone I'm really good at breaking the law. Dylan is really bad at playing it cool.
You don't do it anymore.
There's a super...
Zach, you've chilled out a lot.
There's a super interesting thing about underagers getting into bars. So, like, if you're under the age... Say there's, like, a 17-year-old and she gets into a bar on George Street. You being 20... Dylan, you're 21, right? 20. Okay, you're turning 21 this year. Anyway, you're 20. You go downtown.
I know where this
conversation's
going.
Never mind. Let's not use Dylan. Let's just there's like a 26-year-old downtown, and then this 7. No, let me get to my point, okay?
Okay, no, get to your point.
You guys are laughing at me right now.
No, I'm laughing at where that was going.
This is
some
okay.
context.
So there's because I could have used you. That would have been not a good example. Anyway, there's so say there's a 26-year-old and that 17-year-old that's in the same bar. And they start talking to each other, and they're just mingling or whatever.
And the guy thinks that she's over 19 because she's in a bar.
Which is what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
So they start talking, and they're mingling, they hit it off really well. And, they end up going back to said place, and, stuff happens. And then this girl, I don't know if she would actually try to do this, but this said girl tries to charge him for... statutory rape or whatever you want to call it.
That stuff happens.
But the thing is, if this guy has any proof whatsoever that he was in that bar with her, that bar
is accountable for
this, and this guy is off the hook because this girl is treated as she's 19 when she's in that bar.
Which is a good thing.
Which is a great thing.
From a law standpoint, because
you could get reamed over. But the thing about that is, if this girl doesn't have, if he has no proof that he was in that bar with her, then she wins that case.
Moral of the story is don't try to meet girls at bars.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea.
Yeah. Try and meet them like at the park with their dogs. Girls playing a game of ultimate frisbee.
Go to the grocery store.
Girls naturally like...
Grocery store's a great place
to the grocery store. Especially if you like moms.
Oh, yeah.
Or dads, I don't...
Go to yoga if you like moms.
And, also breaking your bones as we
but that's if you want to impress them.
Yeah, that's like a surefire way to get a girlfriend.
Yeah,
breaking your bones.
That's the easiest way to do it. Everyone loves
never broken a bone. So.
I've never broken a bone either.
Dude, you break.
Actually, I broke my knuckles.
You break.
I've sprained a lot of bones.
You break a bone, you have the funnest night of your life. I guarantee it. Every time I break a bone or like get into a serious accident, it's so much fun.
Well, it's a good story. But you were not having fun that night.
Yes, I was. I was fucking... What to say the first thing I was like... I came out and I was like, we're going to have a great night.
He was in pain, but it's like when you're
That's the first thing I said to you. I was like, don't worry about it. We're going to have a great night.
It's like when you get into a tussle or like a friendly fist fight with your friend. It's like you're having fun. You're in pain.
I've never been in a friendly fist fight.
I have been in a...
Never been in like a boxing match with your friend or anything like that?
No.
Zach's not...
I live a non-confrontational lifestyle.
Oh, okay,
unless someone offends you. And then you scream.
Have you ever like wrestled?
No. You threaten to break them.
No, I'm just a snapcase.
You are a snapcase.
I'm a snapcase. Like, I'm a generally...
I've never been in a friendly fist fight.
I'm generally like a really chill guy until someone crosses the line, and then I just snap, and yeah, then I turn into a very ugly monster. It's like a monster by mistake. Hi, my name is Warren, and I'm just a kid like you.
I'm kind of the same way. Like, I'm like, and I'm not anti-confrontational, but like, if you're doing something to like one of my friends or something,
I'm very protective.
Yeah, exactly. I'm very protective. I have that tribe mindset where like everybody in my tribe is like, protected, and like if you're like being an asshole, if you're being an asshole, or if you're being like completely disrespectful, I'm gonna call you out on it and defend that person because I care for that person and they should be treated with respect. I was gonna say something.
Yeah, but basically, I'm the same way. Like, if you mess with someone that's close to me or my kin or like my inner circle, like I will defend them.
You won't get confrontational though. You will get defensive.
I won't get violent.
Exactly.
I will get confrontational.
Yeah,
I don't mind.
That's true.
Like I saying I live a non-confrontational lifestyle is probably wrong. I live a non-violent lifestyle. I try to be peaceful and solve as many problems with my words as possible.
But it's just hard.
Sometimes you can't solve problems with your words. Sometimes there needs to be actions taken. But a lot of the time, I like it when there's other people around that are willing to do that. Like, if I see my friend getting in a fight, I would let him. No, I wouldn't let him get his ass kicked, but I'd let him fight for his honor to the point where I knew that, his health was probably going to be... At that point, I'd step in.
Like, if
But,
he was on the floor getting his ass beat,
Yeah.
then you would step in.
Then I would
Be
step
like,
in. But I would feel like it would be
Like, he
dishonoring.
could be the one giving the ass kicking.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll let
The
him
other
do
guy
that.
did, like...
There's not
did
enough
same.
honor in society. Like,
I know. Like, honor has been completely lost. Honor and chivalry. We need to bring back chivalry.
I think honor more importantly.
There was like a...
Well, I mean, chivalry. Honor and chivalry.
There was like
Yeah.
a
Honor's a
rumor
part
going
of
around
chivalry.
on social media that they were going to bring back the dueling act.
Yeah, that
Canadian
was
dueling
fake
act.
news.
That was so
That was
funny
such
though.
fake
click-
news.
Everybody, there were so many people. There's so many people at work talking about it, and like they would come up to me and like, "Have you guys heard about this?" I'm like,
Fake news.
like,
No, as soon as I seen
high-pitched
that,
laugh.
I did my research. I was like, wow, this is
Well,
the
obviously
fakest
they're not
of
gonna.
news.
That's the fucking. They're not gonna bring that back. That's ridiculous, especially in today's society.
It's just,
I mean, it'd be
it's
good
just
for
not gonna
population
happen.
control. There's
It-
too many people in the world.
It would be good for population control.
so is war.
Yeah.
We're doing a good job of that.
See,
Yeah, and I mean, more makes
See,
money.
the problem with more
Dueling
people in the
doesn't.
world is we
yeah.
can completely manage the amount of people who are in this world now. It's the need that these people want. So, like,
Mhm.
there's so many more cows and chickens than people in the world, and that's really having an effect.
There's more well-dressed skeletons in the world than there are people.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well-dressed skeleton? No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, their clothes deteriorate after a while, but there's more skeletons in the world
Oh,
than
God,
people.
yes. Absolutely.
They're gonna come rise up and take over.
I hope so. What would you do in a zombie apocalypse if it happened right now?
What would I do in a zombie apocalypse?
If it happened right now.
I'd throw Dylan at him because he's the lightest.
So, like, okay.
No, in all
no.
seriousness,
Like,
though?
seriously, we end this podcast not right now. When we end this podcast,
You find food. You
we
hibernate.
go outside.
and
We
then
go
you-
outside and there's a podcast. What do we do?
Podcast. We end this podcast and we go outside
go
and there's a
outside.
podcast.
We go outside and there's zombies. And we see fucking zombies and there's zombies fucking everywhere.
Well, I come back in and
What
get
do
my
you do?
gun.
You have a gun?
Yeah, I
Ooh.
have four
I'm
guns.
going for the machete.
I'm grabbing. Which is the sharpest blade that you have?
None
machete.
of them. That's why I would get the gun.
I'm going for the machete.
Yeah, my machete's not even sharpened either.
Actually, no. I'd go for your axe. Actually, no.
No, axe. Yeah, my axe
I'm
ball.
I'm not.
See, I got the upper body
I
strength
gotta
to
be
wield an
quick,
axe.
though. Like,
Yeah, you need something like you'd be better with a machete. I'd be better with an axe.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
like
it's
I'm not
quick.
I'm not dexterous, but I'm like bulky.
I'd find
I mean, I got a bat in my car,
I'd
but
find a
that's
katana
not-
and I'd keep it sharp as fuck.
I'd go to Lily's.
A katana is so long that it's like safe distance, but it's also like very portable and like easy.
You see, I've already
Gun.
sealed my spot in a in a family that are like doomsday preppers, and they have boats and guns and like bug out bags already made.
Who are you referring to?
I'm not gonna say their name.
Okay, well,
You can say their first name.
Oh, well,
No.
no.
No? Okay.
No,
That's
okay.
fair enough.
Yeah, because then other people are gonna try and meet up with them, and I've already like talked with like their mom and dad.
And this is completely real. Well, the zombie apocalypse isn't real.
Zombie isn't
but,
real.
But
What about the hurricane apocalypse that we're living through right
That's
now?
no fun. That just ruins my vacation.
Yeah.
See,
all I'm saying.
It's also
nuclear
really
apocalypse
sad.
It is really
a
sad.
nuclear apocalypse would be better than a hurricane apocalypse.
No, wouldn't we're right
You
under the
don't
jet
think so?
stream.
Are you
We are right under the jet stream. Nuclear fallout would kill us in 2 months.
We're fucked.
Yeah, but we could just get a boat and leave.
No.
Do you know how to sail a boat?
No, but I can get it. I'm sure we can get on a boat and just
No.
Yeah.
whip down.
Sailing
the
is
coastline.
not as easy as you think it is, man.
All right, well, let's get somebody with a boat. It's apocalypse, so let's take somebody who knows how to drive a boat hostage.
No.
It's much easier to
I don't
be
wanna
nice.
I'm not being on the sea. Fuck going to the sea.
The sea's
Yeah,
probably
but
one of the
if
safest
you're gonna
spots.
die,
care.
if you're gonna get,
I'd
you
rather
don't
die
like the sea.
than live
It's
on the
the ocean.
I'm not living in the sea. No. I'll travel.
I'm not gonna live there. I'm just gonna go down south somewhere, man.
Why would you go down south? It's gonna be just as bad there.
I don't know anything about the jet stream, honestly.
Well, I'm not a meteorologist or anything, but
I know it
basically
goes from here to Europe.
there's two different jet streams. Actually, down south might be a little bit more safe because the northern hemisphere has like one like wind circulation, and the southern hemisphere has a different circulation. As far as I
Are we
know,
talking about
again,
nuclear fallout?
Yeah.
the island that we live on would be absolutely fucked because the
would,
jet
yeah.
stream goes right across, and it would pick up all the fallout and drop it all
But it
down.
depends on where it's dropped.
Could live in a
If it was,
nuclear-
but if there's
Could
going to be a
live in a
nuke going
nuclear
off,
bunker.
it's going to go off probably New York is going to be the target, and that's like spitting distance.
Unless it's on the other side.
You think they're going to go for like San Francisco and like
No,
California?
I'm saying that's assuming the Western Hemisphere gets nuked.
Well, you think that America will nuke first? Well, I mean, nukes take like an hour or so to travel. So once it's detected, everyone's going to start setting off the nukes.
A little bit longer than an hour, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'm rough estimate.
I think America probably has very good anti-nuke as well, though.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know
what
yeah,
I mean?
they
That
have.
is true. They could shoot it out of the sky.
I forget who was talking about it. I was watching an informative video.
Nobody wins
And
when nukes start
basically,
Cockroaches.
America has these things to
Oh, yeah.
like sense if they're being nuked,
Yeah.
and they'll automatically shoot down the nuke, and it will go up in the air. But it's still going up in the air, and it's still going to affect the atmosphere, and it's still going to.
I got work at 5. Goodbye.
All right. What time? Oh, he's got like 20 minutes, so it's only me and you on the podcast now.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a short break in that case. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. Or
Yeah, I'm using the washroom, so
Yeah.
we'll be back in 5 minutes.
yeah. 5 minutes is good.
Okay, and we're back.
So we were just talking outside about how smart dolphins are just because they can talk underwater.
I thought you were going to bring up the generations.
Oh, I could, yeah.
No, dolphins. Yeah, let's talk about dolphins.
Dolphins are very smart creatures, and we were saying imagine how stupid they must think we are just because we can't talk underwater.
Oh my, yes. So the scenario we were using, or I gave Zach, was say you go swimming and in the ocean, and a dolphin sees you swimming. That dolphin can communicate to another dolphin underwater that you fucking suck at swimming, and that you're
Dolphins
a lander.
rape people.
So look at this lander. They do.
Dolphins will try.
Well,
and
the thing about
you.
dolphins is that they're very intelligent, super intelligent, that they can actually have personalities.
Yep.
So you have your good dolphins, and you have your bad dolphins, and you have your nice dolphins.
That dolphin was an asshole.
You know what I mean? So like you can relatively humans can relatively sense that they have personality too, and that this dolphin could be. You could have your prankster dolphins, your don't give a fuck dolphins, your chill dolphins,
Your vlogger dolphins.
Eventually,
your Kim Kardashian dolphins.
Oh, let's break into the ocean, man. The ocean is.
Let's break into the ocean.
No, I'm trying to use that as a segue into the.
Yeah,
topic
no,
of
but
the ocean.
okay, no. Let's talk about something really sad about the ocean, and that's all the fucking garbage in the ocean and the plastic whale. Did you see the plastic whale?
No.
So there's this article I was reading the other day. There was this whale that came into shore, and they tried to like push it back out, and it ended up dying a couple of hours later. And when they cut it open, its stomach was just filled with garbage
plastic?
bags
and
plastic.
Fuck. That's
So it couldn't digest
sad,
it,
dude.
and it basically starved to death.
That's insane.
It sucks. And then there's this huge mass of garbage, like the size of Australia, floating around in the Pacific. Have you seen that? Have you seen pictures of that?
The garbage island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
horrendous.
messed up.
And it gets bigger and bigger every year.
Yeah. Why can humans? Why do
See,
we
the thing
do
about
this?
that is like, most humans think we've dominated the ocean. I was literally watching this last night, I think, on the Joe Rogan podcast. They were talking about how, the ocean and how crazy it is, man. We don't know. There's so much we don't know about this ocean.
We know more about outer space than we do about the ocean.
Literally, and it's this whole other world. It's an undersea world, and what we're doing is like we're doing stuff like that. We're polluting it. There's so much garbage in it. And not only that, like we're literally taking fucking fish nets, putting it in the ocean, and just taking all the shit out of the world. We're just basically taking huge dumps on the ocean, and we're like
aliens abducting them.
Yeah, true. It's 100% true, and we think, and it's purely because
we want to.
It's purely because we think we're dominant over the ocean, even though, dude. Joe Rogan specifically said this example, and it's like we flirt with danger all the time. Like we go right next to the fucking water. Dude, a big wave could easily come and just take you out. You're done. You're dead. You're not coming back.
And the majority of society and cities are built on coastlines.
Yep.
And so with all the global warming happening and all the ice caps melting, I would never be able to live on a coastline. And you do live on a coastline.
Well, like
we live on an island.
I know we live on an island, but I mean like really close. Like we're pretty elevated, and if something were to happen,
can you see the ocean from your bedroom?
Yes.
Well, then you live on a coastline.
Barely, but I'm really elevated where I live, and
Yeah.
I'm talking about like right, like I can see, like I could walk out to the beach, as I would never live like that close to the water.
It's close enough that like
There's-
even a small.
There's
tidal
people
wave
that
can
have
come in.
there's people that have houses that the water level raises 10 feet. They're fucked.
Yep.
Their house is gone.
Yep.
I would not be able to do that. The water level is literally rising. Why would you spend money on a house that's right next to the fucking
It's
water?
the view, man. Everyone wants that view.
My view is great. Well, two houses got put up and ruined the view. But if I had the money, I could buy those houses and tear them down.
Yeah. Well, maybe you'll have the money one day, and then you can buy those houses and tear them down.
No, I'm gonna live. I'm gonna move. I am gonna have a cabin here somewhere, like a small little like vacation cabin, where I live here when I come here. So if I want to spend like 4 or 5 months and have like a small cabin like in Dildo, there's a place in Newfoundland called Dildo. Like just some nice scenery somewhere where it's not too far away from town and CBS and like all my friends and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like away from everybody and like in the middle of nowhere.
I wouldn't mind moving away for a couple of years, but I'd always come back. Like I'm gonna retire here for sure.
That's what I mean.
Oh, by the way, audience, Dylan left because he's
we didn't even talk
he's
about
constantly late to everything he does.
that. I am also one of those people.
You see, I'm never on time. I'm either early or late.
I've had 4 days of school and I've only been late for one.
That's
By,
good.
like, 2
You
minutes.
should.
And I was there before the teacher, so I'm not
Yeah, as long as you're there
late.
before the teacher, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. This is my first cup of Folgers coffee, or second cup of Folgers coffee.
Folgers is pretty good.
Folgers is not bad.
Not sponsored by Folgers, but
No.
I enjoy Folgers. But you know what's a really, really good coffee?
What?
Starbucks Northern
Oh.
Blonde or whatever. Like, say what you want about Starbucks and the pretentiousness of it, but like they
It's
have
only
good
pretentious
coffee.
if you make it pretentious.
They
You
have
know what
good
I mean?
coffee.
Like you can get your caramel
Latte
frappe macchiato
Yeah.
sunset or something. I don't know.
or
you know what I mean?
or PSL.
And people are literally like paying $7 for a drink and stuff like that. And you can make
Yeah.
your custom drinks where they're like they get up there in price, man. And it's like
I think if
don't
you're
need-
paying any more
it's a
than
little bit
$3 for a coffee,
yeah, you
you're
need
foolish.
to tone down. Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to tone it down. I did for a while. I made like a few drinks on the app, and I paid like $11 for drinks.
That's crazy.
But it's crazy. But
That's such a first world thing.
I only did it like twice because I wanted to see if like how accurate
Was it
the drink
worth
would
it?
be. Yes, it was hilarious.
was?
Yeah, because it was like, oh man, I was mixing like strawberry flavors and banana flavors with coffee flavors and like whipped cream and like hot and colds. Oh man, you can mix anything on that app. It's cool. I was just doing it to try it out.
I didn't
but it
even
was-
know they had an app. That's how like behind on technology.
It's funny. I was talking
am.
to a girl I was hanging out with last night, and we just went for a coffee, right? And we got into. She used to work at Starbucks, and I used to work at Tim Hortons. So I was like, I said, it must be like super, like it must not get as busy as that Starbucks as it gets at Tim Hortons.
Oh my God,
and she was
no.
like, the face she made was hilarious because she just like, are you kidding me? Like she got like jokingly she got offended.
Yeah, she's like,
And
"Are you
Are
crazy?
you fucking insane?
you fucked right now?" No, man.
And she's like, yeah, around Christmas we're fucking insane, and like when we get busy, we're not making like coffees with sugar in them. We're making
all these
caramel
fancy,
macchiatos
yeah,
and,
and
like,
like
fucking
pumpkin spice lattes, and
yeah, and like especially
all these
yeah,
weird
yeah.
fucking coffee drinks.
It's just soup.
Yeah, I like black coffee. I'm a really simple person.
I've only been drinking black coffee for about a month now.
Really?
Yep,
Dude,
and
it's how you taste
so much
the
better.
coffee.
Well, yeah, because you're not just tasting sugar and milk.
Yeah.
Right? And
It's
it's
like,
also
I don't
a lot
put-
healthy for you.
I don't
to
put
drink black
sugar
coffee. 'Cause
and
coffee
milk in my orange
Coffee
juice.
is like, well, minus like the drug itself, caffeine.
Yeah.
Coffee is actually relatively healthy for you. Like minus,
I mean, it's
caffeine.
better than drinking soda pop.
it is way better than drinking. It's and
You know what else is healthy
people
for
say-
you? Water.
People, the number one excuse people use for not drinking black coffee is that they don't want it to stay in their teeth.
It's gonna stay in your teeth anyway.
It's going to stay in your teeth anyway. Not only is it going to stay in your teeth anyway, that's the excuse you're using because you don't like the taste of black coffee. You know what I mean? Like, they need sugar.
Yeah, if you
and
don't
milk.
like coffee,
Dude,
don't drink coffee.
Dude, oh my god. I used to work at Tim Hortons. About a year ago, I worked at Tim Hortons. And every single, well, twice a day, actually, there was these two customers that would come in. They were both girls. They were both...
Could I get an extra
probably
large
40?
4x4?
No, it wasn't 4x4. They would get 6... One of them would get 6, 7. So they would get
Ew.
6 sugar. One of them would get
That's like half a cup of milk in
6
your
sugar
coffee.
and 7 milk, and the other one would get 8 and 7.
That's
So they
disgusting.
get 8 sweetener, 8-7 milk.
Like, that's like thick. You're basically drinking.
And to top it all off, that's gonna be cold coffee right off the bat.
Yep.
It's gonna be cold.
Yep.
I would give it to one of them, and every single time I gave it to her, she's like, "This coffee's cold." I'm like,
That's because it's half milk.
I would literally say to her every time, like, okay, in the retail industry, you are supposed to be nice and stuff like that, but if you do something as arrogant as order an 8-7 coffee and then give it back to me and have the audacity to say that this coffee is cold,
Yeah.
you're complaining to me and you're actually getting mad at me, I'm going to be like, this is what I said to her. I was like, look what you got in it.
Yeah.
Look what you got in it. That's what I said. I didn't get super angry with them, but I was like, look what you have in your coffee. Like, it's going to be cold. That's what I said to her. And she's like, are you talking to me like that? It's like, yes. Yeah. And then she got my manager over and she's like, I need this warm. I'm like,
People are so bad. Like, no one uses manners anymore. I seen a thing on the internet, and it was like a picture, and it was like, small coffee, $4. Small coffee, please, $3. Good morning, may I have a small coffee, please? $1.75.
wait, what?
That's the way they did the pricing. So if you went in and just said small coffee, they'd charge you $4. Okay. If you went in and said...
Where was this?
I seen it on the internet.
Oh, okay.
If you went in and said small coffee, please, they'd charge you like $2.50 or $3. Yeah. If you went in and said, good morning, may I have a small coffee, please?
Good morning, how are you texting?
It was $1.75.
Okay.
Like, people are so ignorant and so rude now, they need to be incentivized by saving money just to be polite.
And it just seems like, I don't know, it's like hard to like pinpoint like an age who is particularly more rude.
It's not an age. It's not an age. It's just the way society has become.
Yeah, it's the way society has become, and it's like it's literally goes from like there's rude kids to rude elderly people, and it's just like depends on where you grow up, because like a rude family, most of those people in that family are just gonna stay rude just because of the way they're brought up and stuff like that. But then you have your outcasts who realize that they aren't like a part of they don't like the way their family talks to servers and stuff like that, so they start hanging out with their friends, and their friends are actually nice to people, and you know what I mean, they move away. I mean, your manners, their nest.
Your manners and being polite and being like respectful and using etiquette goes so far in every situation. It goes,
okay, respect is a huge thing, and nobody's gonna respect you if you're getting mad at people over your 8-7 cold coffee.
Yeah, it's a two-way street.
It's just like nobody's gonna respect you over that, and you have to be like conscious enough to realize that respect is a huge thing in today's world, especially like if you're in the business industry. Mm-hmm. You need to build relationships the right way, and you need to make sure that not only are you nice, but like you're confident and you're mannerly, you're polite, you're respectful. It just goes so far. Yeah. Like there's like if you're like an intern and you're polite to everybody, and like they could be mean to you, but if you're just being polite to them,
grin and grit.
Literally,
you just gotta grin and grit. But in conclusion, we've come up with 4 names so far.
What are our names?
We've got the Cringe Cast, which is cringy in itself.
Yeah, I don't really like that.
We got the Disclaimer Podcast.
Yeah, that one's kind
of I don't really like that
one. Yeah, I don't like that one.
We got Overflow Podcast.
I like that one.
Overflow Podcast.
I like just Overflow. Like
either Overflow or Overflow Podcast. I mean, that it kind of sums up like, we're just spewing about whatever,
Yeah, we're just talking
about our opinions.
It's just a general overload of information / conversation.
We have Millennial Podcast.
I actually like that one as well.
I like that one, but I feel like there's such a bad connotation with millennials these days. Like we might not get the kind of audience we're looking for.
Yeah, that's true. I like Overflow. We could brand.
And then we have Mastercast.
Mastercast is.
I kind of like Mastercast.
Mastercast is cool.
Like I think it's right now. It's a toss up between Overflow Podcast and Mastercast.
Yeah, 100%. Dylan's not here, so he doesn't get to pick the name.
Yeah. Well, we'll know by the beginning of next episode when we introduce.
So we're either gonna go with Overflow or we're gonna go with
Overflow Podcast. Or Mastercast. It'll be one of the two.
I like both of them. I think I like Overflow a little bit more. But
what about Overflow Mastercast?
Overflow Mastercast.
Yeah, Overflow Mastercast.
That's a long name.
That is a long name.
It sounds cool.
It does. We'll spitball this off with Dylan and by the beginning of the next episode next week, you guys will all know what we're called because we'll have a much less cringy intro next week. Hopefully, we're gonna practice some intros.
Okay, we're just
off mic.
Okay, so we're probably just gonna dip into post podcast comments right now.
Yep.
And we can.
All right. Well, this will be our finish cut.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. If you're still with us.
So, if you're still with us, this is the part after the podcast where we stop giving a fuck and there's just going to be a few laughs and we're just going to talk silly shit for a little bit and
talk about how the podcast went.
So, I think that went pretty good.
Yeah.
Besides Dylan having to
such a great,
run.
Yeah, just in the middle of the podcast, it was kind of funny.
He's just
I
gotta go to work.
Oh, I gotta go to work. And then we're just like, what do we do? Let's break.
Let's break.
Muted the microphone.
Okay, now we're back. Let's talk about dolphins for a minute, and then let's segue into the ocean. So we had good flow, we had good consistency.
Yeah, we did.
You gotta not get lost in your point.
I didn't really get lost in my point. I was just okay, there was one.
Yeah, no, you got lost in your point.
I lost a train of thought once, but I still got my point across.
Yeah.
And it's only because sometimes you need to elaborate a lot on the point, and just where we're a podcast, we have the time to do it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So if you want to give the audience knowledge, drop some knowledge on the audience. Then
we had a good little story time.
Well. We did, yeah.
That's a good story.
Yeah, because we were all interconnected.
We
in that
were
story.
all involved in the story, different parts.
Oh, there's so many stories that I can't wait to tell on this podcast.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say I have a lot of good stories. So
we should try not to name names of people though, because
I didn't do last names.
Yeah, but. We should either make up fake names for people just so people don't end up getting bombarded with random people on the internet.
Well, I think
people of the internet are shit.
Yeah, that's true. But I think Dylan name drops somebody.
Yeah, and then he's like, don't look them up. If you tell someone not to do something on the internet, they're going to do it.
Yeah, right.
You're probably going to have to bleep that name out.
It was kind of funny.
When you go over this,
just so we don't get
We are not sponsored by anyone. There's no sponsorships yet, even though I'll say slogans.
Yeah, even though we said all those names, that was just all jokes. But
except for
it was a wicked first take.
Except for Tim Hortons. Fuck Tim Hortons.
Yeah, fuck Tim Hortons.
Not sponsored by Tim Hortons.
Yeah, I really don't like Tim Hortons coffee.
No, Tim Hortons coffee.
I'll drink it, but I
won't even drink it anymore.
Gross.
I'll just
okay. When I say I don't like something, I'll drink it anyway. I'll eat it or drink it anyway. Except for peas. Fuck peas.
No, peas are great.
I'll literally
eggs. Fuck eggs.
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 I like eggs,
I
but
do not eat eggs.
I'm not
To me, eggs are an ingredient.
I don't know why I'm like this, but I just I don't know. I think it's pretentious to not I think it's pretentious. If you're in your car with your friend, if you're going for a coffee and you don't like Tim Hortons, you don't like Tim Hortons coffee. Yeah, but what I mean is
if someone
personally,
gives me
personally, I go if I'm going out to a coffee with two new people that I just met in school or whatever, and I'm if I'm gonna be that guy, it's why would we go to Tim Hortons? I don't like Tim Hortons coffee. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I won't be like that.
Super pretentious.
That is
right?
pretentious.
That's so pretentious.
I'll just order something there that I like, or if someone bought me a Tim's coffee and was like, "Here you go," I'll drink it.
If I go to a friend's house for dinner with their family and I am not going to be that person. That's that's the only time I don't like medium rare steak. You know what I mean? Or
that's the only time I try new foods is when I go to someone's house and
it's
they're
just
like, "Do you want supper?" It's sure.
At least try everything on the plate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just mannerly.
That's how I discovered I hate quiche. I was staying at my friend's house,
that's
and
it.
there was quiche, and I had a bite of it, and I'm like,
Isn't quiche a dessert egg or something like that?
It's just more eggs. It's like fluffy eggs.
I had there's another egg dessert that I had in Ontario Montreal. Montreal.
Holiday sauce?
No, it wasn't holiday sauce.
Holiday sauce.
I don't know if it was quiche or what, but it was in this little circle container, and it looked. I forget the name of it, but it's so it's interesting. I can't remember the name of it, but it was it tasted weird. It's it's almost like an egg pudding or something.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew. Like a pudding or a pudding? Because pudding, yeah. Because pudding is chocolate, vanilla, tapioca.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like that.
Pudding
it's more like that.
Is blood pudding, white pudding.
I think it starts with an F or something. Fuck.
It's probably a French name.
Nope, it's not French.
It's not?
Nope.
I mean, the French love eggs and
They
cheese.
do. They also like poutine.
Omelette du fromage.
Omelette du fromage. Where's
No,
that from?
It's from the internet. It's from
Yeah, but
Dexter's,
it's from
Dexter's
Dexter's
Lab.
Laboratory.
It's from Dexter's
Omelette
Lab.
du fromage.
Omelette du fromage.
Why does it
Okay,
say
just
that?
a little bit of omelette du fromage.
Dylan didn't finish his beer.
I can't remember.
Dylan's-
Yeah, of course he never
Dylan's
finishes
that
beer.
guy.
Dylan doesn't finish beer.
Molson Canadian. Lager.
I'm gonna get one beer and not drink it.
Yep.
The
Well,
Dylan
it's
Newsom
like-
story.
Only like 5 sips left.
Yeah.
Probably more
I'll call
Dylan
that
juice than there is.
Dylan juice. Why is my bear vaping? That was funny.
Oh.
Dylan picked me up from town last night after he went to bed.
After he went to bed?
Yep. He's
He's a
an
good
awesome
person
friend.
to have in your inner circle, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
That's why you're probably doing a podcast with him.
Yep. Dylan, you and Dylan are good peeps.
Thanks,
hope-
man.
I hope
You're
I'm good
to
peeps.
you. Yeah, you're definitely good
I
peeps.
try to be good peeps, or at least I try to be good peeps to my peeps.
Let's talk about podcast plans for a little bit before we blow up a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So
Now that like anybody who's still tuned in, we do plan on doing this once a week.
we're gonna try to do it once a week, if not once every 2 weeks.
And yeah, but the thing is, we're just gonna try to record. It's not gonna be live for a while, so like.
And I mean, we're just trying to have fun with it too,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like,
And
well, I know you're trying to get famous, but I don't care about being famous, or if I don't care about getting a big following. I just want to do a podcast with my friends.
I'm not trying to get famous per se. I'm just trying to like.
Shut up, Amelia. You want to be famous.
I'm trying to build. No, I tell these people that I'm trying to build something for myself to where I'm comfortable enough, so I have sustainable income, and this is the main way I know how to do it. Well, this is the main way I think that is best to go about that, is building a brand for yourself on the internet, so you can sustain yourself financially without. Well, you still have to do work, but it's more like I could travel. Like this is the best way I want to travel. Like if I'm an electrician, then I'm probably going to be working 8 months out of the year, 6 months out of the year. So I'm only going to be able to travel on my days off. Rather, if I'm a vlogger / podcaster / DJ,
entertainer.
if I'm an entertainer, then I'm able to make these videos in hotels and talk about my life and like, oh, I was playing this show last night.
Other plans. We're
talk about
gonna try and get some guests on.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Emilio's brother on. I have a friend in town here who does YouTube. We're gonna try and get him on. Maybe some of the other guys to talk about like games and stuff.
I'm gonna get some DJs on as well.
Yeah, we can get some DJs on, talk about some music, and pick their brains on their. I'm excited to have your brother on because your brother's 17.
Yeah.
So he's not even a millennial.
He's
millennials.
He's in that the generation change.
Yeah.
He's like that. He's like the perfect.
He's on the cusp.
Yeah, he's on the cusp of the generation change.
Yeah. So it's going to be really interesting to see his point of view on things because like I've never met your brother. So
My brother's super chill and he doesn't give a fuck.
Same.
Yeah.
Would you rather? That kind of fell flat, but we should try and get a couple of really. I'm gonna write up some really good would you rather questions, like some real cringy ones.
We didn't really do would you rather.
We did one. We're like coffee or tea. Coffee. Tea. Okay, coffee wins. Next subject. But no, I'm gonna come up with some really good would you rathers, like some like chill ones, and then some like gross ones, and then some just like trippy, bizarre ones.
Would you rather? Yeah, we can just have like a little small segment on there.
We didn't talk about smell-o-vision.
We did not talk. Yeah, but you know what? Like,
it's not as good of a topic.
I knew a podcast would go like this. Like this is the way podcasts are. A podcast is just conversation that leads in whatever direction that the people are talking about want to go about it. So like if I bring up a point, if I just have this idea in my head, that could have been a side point from what Dylan was saying, and then you have something else which changes the direction of where the podcast is going to go, and that's just how podcasts formulate, and that's why it's not really edited. It's more of just a
It'd be cool if we can get some staples
continuously
on the go, though. Like some stuff that we would talk about like every episode, like the would you rather example, or just you know,
we could have like trademark things that we do just to get people just
to formulate our own niche,
to build people that it's just a differentiate us between other podcasters,
Yeah.
and so that we're different and we have different things. Anyway, I think that's it for the after
I would say
remarks.
this wraps up the very first episode of Overflow Podcast /Mastercast / We'll figure it out
We'll
next
figure
time.
it out, yeah. It'll be in the title of this video, actually. So whatever the title of this video will be the name.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. See you next time.
Bye.